What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 6 of my lower league series with Gainsborough Trinity in Football Manager 2018. If you are enjoying this series and want to be seeing more of it, make sure you leave a thumbs up, leave a like on this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notification bell as well so you're notified when I do upload, because we're really getting into this now. We're into February, and these are the games I have played since the last episode, where we did play those matches against Nuneaton and Blythe, getting those 2 victories, as I mentioned in that episode, probably the best one on camera in terms of results and playing really well. But after that, it looks, oh yeah, we're still unbeaten, but I'm not as pleased. I know, hey, you can see I'm 3rd in the Vanarama National League North. That's not bad, because our expectations were just try and avoid relegation, essentially. But yeah, I'm not happy with some of the goals I can see, because we had wins. Unfortunately, Liam King picked up an injury there, but we're actually trying to sell him right now because he wants to leave because I put him not needed. Yeah, he asked for that essentially because I couldn't give him the game time he wanted because we have better players in his position. Yeah, we have a lot of players that's going to be running out their contract at the end of the season. So that was okay. If you can see, our goal was an own goal, so we actually got that. I still thought we had enough time, obviously over 20 minutes left to score another, but unfortunately didn't. And then against Alfredton, there was 4 goals in this match, and Jonathan Williams got sent off very, very early. So and I was like, oh, Sylvan Ebanks Blake, Seb, he's playing in the lower leagues. I remember when he was playing for Wolves. I had a Wolf save, like maybe in FM10 or FM11, I can't really remember, back before I made YouTube videos. Came through Manchester United when he was younger, didn't really get the chance. I remember when he was like at the squad in those older Football Manager games and stuff like that, and even older FIFA games, but he was never like a first team player. But yeah, my point is, he's like, even like a couple of years ago, he was playing in League One. So I was like, yeah, he's still decent, but I suppose he wasn't playing too much. That's why he dropped down. So I was surprised to see him because I didn't know that about him. Anyway, yeah, if we focus on that game again, like I was looking back on it. Oh, okay, how it played out. But we were, man, conceding that like late goal, 86th minute. I don't want to go through that again. It's one of the annoying ones, but we were able to turn around away from home against Curzon Ashton, one of the worst teams in the league, so I was still like odds on to win that. Curtis Bateson scores there, 7.8. He's one of those guys in the team that, for a striker, like he's just an okay player. And I guess we haven't started him. He's come off the bench in a lot of games. But yeah, I just haven't given him enough chance. Should I start him? But I don't know. He seems like a decent impact player off the bench. A super sub kind of type. But he scored against Southport. That big game. They're first. They're still top of the table there. Southport, again, maybe disappointing that we couldn't beat them. But again, it was an equalizer to get that back, and we couldn't get a winner, unfortunately, but happy to take that. And then surely Curtis Bateson, like, he's on form right now, almost wanting to be started in the next game. He's fighting for that. But, of course, Charlie Doyle, he scored an own goal, unfortunately, which was not great. But Simon Russell, that was the time to get it back. There was a lot of goals late in the game. It was like 3 goals in the last 10 minutes. Bateson with that 81st, and they got one through Brewster, and then were able to equalise through Simon Russell. So it was just an insane game, the one I just played. So yeah, a lot of games. But yeah, Curtis Bateson, like, his form right now, look, he's scored in the last 3 games, coming on at half time. So yeah, changed it up a little bit. So those games as well, I feel like we needed changes because we just weren't creating. That's what I'm trying to do more, and I'm guessing it's working. I'm guessing it's working, making changes at half time. So maybe you'll see that more often. Do you do that? Do you ever make changes at the half? Because generally in the past, I would wait until around 60th minute. But I thought, yeah, I've done that for so long, let's change it up. And yeah, if you have the right guy to come on as a sub, like Curtis Bateson, he's a good impact. But saying all that, we'll get into this match against Brackley. So you take a look at where they're sitting. They're sitting in 14th, and it's time in the season where it really is unrealistic for them to finish in a player's position. So maybe players will be a bit complacent. And you can see, like, North Ferriby, they're doing terrible at the moment. That's only one win. That is crazy. But yeah, we will go into the team selection. Keep in mind the next match, FC United. We'll leave that for now, but we got Brackley. We can still play a strong team. Charlie Dawes suspended. We'll have to bring him out. And we're going to bring Evans. Oh, there's news on Evans. Why haven't I said it? It was so random. Like, from this team that I'm not sure how to pronounce their name. Where are they from? They're from Sweden. And, like, it was just a random offer. Like, I don't know what... Like, that's something got to think in terms of realism. Normally, when I approach a player from another country, he wants to join, but he can't, like, on, like, this semi-professional, like, part-time contract. They can't move to another country. They can't afford to live. You know what I mean? Because they don't know if they'll, like, get another job. I'm guessing that's the reason in the game, the way they put it. Just, yeah, financially, it's not beneficial for them to move to another country. But yeah, he's going to be moving. And yeah, his wage, I think it was only like 300 and something. That, yeah, his contract offer was. But anyway, I just want to let you know that happened. He got a contract offer, so I couldn't really do that much at that point. And I thought what some of you guys were thinking, like, he hasn't been too amazing this season anyway. Like, he's been okay, but yeah, we were going to take if he was going to keep getting his developments. But yeah, we're going to bring him in for now, but obviously Charlie Dawes prefer to start on loan because Evans would play him to develop. But Michael Jacklin has been the more experienced guy to come through. And that's what I mean. To replace him, say, next season, you'd say, in terms of when I'm looking for a signing, I'll probably look to go for a more experienced player. Like, everyone likes to get young players, always sounds good. But in these lower leagues, you know, for sure, it's best to focus on just the best quality, and experience is better a lot of the time, unless you have a standout younger guy. If you have someone like Richards, who's 20, he's like one of the best players in the first team, really depends. But we'll submit the team to get into this one against Brackley, and hopefully we can get the 3 points, and we can still, like, we're in a good position to still hold, but I want to keep winning. I want to keep winning games. Obviously, we're still unbeaten, but in terms of that, is just like the confidence of the players. I'd love to be on good form going into playoffs if that's the situation. So I say Brackley coming to this one 19th on the form table while we're 10th. So yeah, we don't want to be dropping down to 10th. Definitely not. So that's why we need to start getting a few more wins in a row. Sure, it's all good, like I said, being unbeaten, but you still need to get those 3 points to hold your position if you're around the playoffs. So I feel, yeah, this one. Then we've got FC United next, who is a good team, of course. Now, Givran. Givran's been a nice little signing without being amazing. He just does a few nice little defensive things without being a superstar. But now Richards gets it to Worsfold. Clark! Shane Clark. He's becoming a bit more consistent in the season. Maybe the first month or so, he didn't play as well, like he wasn't outstanding. But he did really well. He was in the box there and coming back. That was Evans that got it to Richards, then Richards to Worsfold. That was good by... Worsfold could have easily had the shots, but he had the composure, and Clark was there. It was like, hey, mate, I'm free, and he passed to him, and we finished. Too easy. Just a couple minutes in, and we take the lead. But we have a free kick. Let's see what's going to happen here. Davey to put it in. Not the greatest ball, especially when we've got quite a few forward, and they're going to hit us on a counter. I hate... Like, when you have a set piece, you cannot concede. Come on, lads. We had that opportunity. Like, that's the worst thing. We better win it back, or a chance to have not for them to score. Fuck. We had a scoring opportunity, but the goal won't stand. Thank you. I always get so sidetracked if I don't really analyze if a goal's offside or not, because that's the thing I didn't want the most. And was it close? Oh, it was pretty close. So maybe we are a bit lucky, but I can say there's a lot of things. I've probably said that in my videos. Like, there's a lot of things like, oh, I hate that the most in Football Manager. But I can't say that because I've said that so many times. But that is one of the things I do hate the most. Like, when you've got a set piece, maybe you could say, make sure you at least have maybe a couple other guys back and we concede anyway. See, I take that. Okay, we didn't defend properly from us So even though recently I did work on defending set pieces in the training, but I know you kind of have to do that before the match. But look how chill that is, just that setup. You don't really see that at those big grounds or different. It looks pretty chill. Like, I just want to hang out there for a little bit and watch the team relax. Anyway, opposed to being in the stands. That's annoying. Again, we take an early lead and we lose it late in the half. And like I said, it worked on set pieces recently, but not before this game. But you got to change it up. You got to work on everything. That's what I try and do. But I'm far from pleased. Losing that lead late, man. But to be fair, they had that offside goal. But all preventable. They're all set piece related. One where we started with it, but then, yeah, the goal was offside. But then they just had a set piece and they took their chance from that. That's always get my frustrations out a little bit. But we may need some changes. Like Alex Simmons, what are you doing, mate? This is going to be the Curtis Bateson. Like, I thought, yeah, we were travelling along pretty well, so we didn't make that half-time change. Curtis Bateson is going to come on for Simmons. It's a big change, and Curtis Bateson will get him in his role. He can actually play a few, but we'll keep that deep line forward. That's a change I would make. But sometimes I've left Simmons on, and Worsfold would be one I switch their positions, if you were wondering. But, it's an interesting situation right now. But I don't mind how we're travelling. And if you wonder, I don't generally, like, my games that you don't see, sometimes I change to more direct football, but yeah, just to show you, okay, I'll go higher tempo. I go for more direct passing, then take working the ball off and play out of defense, and we'll just see how that goes in this. And let's actually go on control. Sometimes we can go pretty well with that and go to the team talk. Curtis Bateson, come on, lad, you've been scoring. You've been coming on as a super sub recently. Can you do it again? It could set a title, Bateson the super sub, if he scores in this match to help us win. If not, what? Oh, FM, why do you want to ruin like my storyline? They're ruining my storyline essentially. Armson, yeah, they ruined the storyline, but it's gonna have to be a big comeback. It's just hard seeing it at this point. Just man, that was a good penalty. Good penalty. Credit to Armson there. Strong. Maybe we might need another change as well. We're probably to push attacking at this point and go route one. And maybe look for some early crosses to get them in. But then Jordan Richards not having his best game, so we're going to bring on Jonathan Williams there. We're going to change his role. Ooh. I don't like playing two ball-winning midfielders, though. I might just go central midfielder on attack because I wanted to get forward, I suppose. And then Simon Russell to play out wide on the right. So he can play pretty well as a winger. That's another kind of surprising one with Simon Russell, because normally it's the opposite. I might get surprised if I see a guy who's like natural in, say, central midfield, but he doesn't have a natural role. But he's accomplished right midfield, but he's natural there in his actual role. I know, it's confusing. So let's just see if we see anything. Maybe a little shout as well. Just say push forward. At this point, we might need an equalizer. Well, yeah, if we're going to keep our unbeaten streak, but maybe it's time for it to come to an end, unfortunately. And like we've had more of the possession, we've had more shots, so yeah, sometimes you get games like this. It's like, oh, this game has really gone our way in terms of that. Like, we've created opportunities, we've held on to possession more than our opponents, and this has to be it. This has to be it. Come on. I wouldn't be surprised if we score and keep maintaining our unbeaten streak. That's how things are going. Not getting a lot of victories, but draws. Bateson. Russell. Gives away possession. They might score, and then it might be over, but that's probably that highlight, though. And we won't see a... Oh, no, there's a chance. There's a chance. If you're new to FM and you're on... Oh, why does he think there's a chance? Because the highlight's more than, like, 30 seconds. Yes! Told you! But this time, it's Ashley. It's Ashley Worsfold. And we sneak it back. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we do get an equalizer and make it a draw. That's how it's been. we haven't been getting many wins in like maybe the last 5 games or so, and we've been getting goals back to pick up draws from the game to maintain an unbeaten streak. Like I was mentioning, that's why that's why at the start of the video I was like, because a lot of games have been like this, whether I took the lead first and conceded or the other way around. But like, yeah, if they got the first goal, then we got an equalizer. That's why I wasn't so excited about it, because there's been a lot of games like this, and it was their penalty. Maybe we could have got that late winner, but yeah, it's always just been stuff like that. Hey, that makes it interesting for the seasons. Like, you're not going to see like consistent results through the whole season, especially in the lower leagues with so many games, long seasons. Do I say I'm happy with the performance? Like I was saying, like, we're not playing terrible football. Generally, we'll have a little bit more possession and creating a bit more chances. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I'll take that result, I suppose. See, guys, the positive thing is, unless we go on some kind of crazy, terrible run, we should be in the playoffs at the very least. But say that Southport, we're too far away from them. So I think we've consolidated our place in the playoffs. So yeah, maybe leave a like for that, because Chorley's on 48 points and we're on 62 points. So that's like a very similar like comparison to saying our difference from Southport. So yeah, I'm very, very happy. I think the lowest we could finish is 7th. Let me know if you agree with that. But yeah, credit to Worsfold. Had a great game, involved in both goals for us, scored and got an assist to his name. So yeah, he's been a consistent player for us. And now, guys, here we've got a scouting meeting, but I think more importantly here, we're going to check out the new intake of youth players. And read this. It says, whisper it quietly, but this could be a so-called golden generation, with Josh Nicholson, the diamond in a very strong group of players. Okay, I'm interested to check them out. So let's go straight into view youth candidates team, and the potentials look very good. The abilities are alright, but don't forget we're in the lower leagues. Their potential could be good just to be play in this division, and we'll just have to analyze as we see their progression in their career. It's hard to say if they'll be like a good Premier League player or something like that. But first up, we'll check out Sam Foster. So let's take a look at him. He's a right winger. In our current formation, probably train him to play right midfield. Very good natural fitness, pace. See, compared to big teams, I'm more in the lower leagues with these youth guys. I take a look at their individual attributes a lot more, what they could impact. So he would be a very quick player for sure. Free kicks are not too bad, actually. 10, considering he's just 16. Technique 8, passing 7, determination 14. So I still have to compare if he will make an impact with these guys. Again, if we talk about at these lower leagues, at the lower levels, I almost consider them more as a first-team player. They need to play a part. So you can see he's got that 2-star gold rating. Is a decent rating for the senior team. So it's not too bad. But of course, again, if we talk about playing right midfield, and who would be playing there right now, Craig King is obviously clearly dominant. But yeah, I could see him training well and then pushing for first-team selection, making impact off the bench with decent pace. Then Josh Nicholson. He can play central midfield and striker. Let's see what this lad is about. And he has got some nice attributes. Good mentals. They're definitely not to be underrated in the lower divisions as well. Especially 17 bravery. Yeah, very brave player. But that's not something you see, like high bravery as something that's going to like help a player score goals or something like that, but it's still a very important attribute, being that all-round footballer for sure. And then Flair 13, again, that like you look at these, you got to change your kind of expectations, but Flair 13 is probably seen as a guy in the lower leagues who's going to do a lot of outstanding stuff, but in the topper levels, that's kind of just like an average attribute. But yeah, he'll make him stand out, and he's got high work rate. So you can kind of look at that and judge the player he is. He works hard, he's brave, and he's got a bit of trickery in his game, and he can finish. If you look at his finishing and composure, one-on-one he's going to be good as well. If anything, he's not so quick, but that's not something you need to worry about so much, as there's not like so many like pacey defenders or anything like that. But then he's naturally fit, and then also his balance. Like, yeah, we're going to approach to sign him for sure. So we'll finalize that deal. And then going back to Sam Foster as well, I had to think about it, but I think worthy at least, especially that we don't have too many on the right wing. I think he can be good. Only, on £5 per week. So, yeah, that's going to be easy enough. But then, like, when those 2 gold star, current ability, that's good enough. That's what you want. But then where you got this high potential goalkeeper, I'm just going to call him Kingsley, but I'm not sure if we should be giving him, like, I'm not saying it's a nickname, just call him by his first name, but yeah, I'm not sure if he will become good enough. Again, you can see the big difference. See, low rating for the senior team. That's what generally youth players are. That's why I was impressed by those other guys, at least decent rating for the senior team. His potential, or he's like, oh, he's got high potential, but that's probably just to be a good player. Most likely, it's just to be a good player in this division. So I think we're going to have to pass on him. Not normally you'd pass, like that looks like, oh, really high potential. But again, is he going to reach that? That's the other discussion. It's how high it actually is. It could be just this division, not above, like even up to League 2, League 1. That's great potential we might be searching for. But we're going to have to maybe search for those players, not expect from the youth intakes. And then there is Brad Barker, who... he's got that 15 acceleration. Again, another naturally fit lad. Technique is good, 11. And I just don't feel he'll fit in the team setup. And like I said, in terms of needing to vie for a first team position, again, seems to have pretty decent potential ability. But yeah, probably won't be good enough. You kind of at least need them maxed out, like Kingsley is. And sometimes you might even expect those to be good in the first team. Well, yeah, they won't be good in the first team. For that reason, like I said, that two-star current ability is probably what you need from the youth players in the lower division. So I'm still happy to bring through Sam and Josh. I think that they'll be decent players for the following season. And of course, I'm not going to waste the time. Even if we go on another 1-star Jamal system, Simpson. Sorry, I got confused because he didn't look like a Jamal. So we'll just go back. Yeah, we'll go through some other guys. Tom Palmer, just to show you the fact these guys, oh, some nice attributes, but then there's some too low, especially in the mentals. Yeah, he'll be exposed in the games. But for sure, guys, we will leave it there. We'll sign those 2 guys up for now. So I won't do 2 games in this episode. We'll just have the one against Brackley. Then we got the youth intake, because I did talk about that for a little bit. So yeah, leave your thoughts on those 2 guys I signed up. Do you have different thoughts? Should you sign up maybe all of the guys that seem to have high potential, like that keeper, but that's just my personal instinct on that signing, or not signing, or just on those players. I just don't feel, just because they have a high potential, like maximum potential it seems like, it doesn't mean they're going to be a great player for 2 reasons. As I said, you don't have the best youth facilities to help reach their potential, so the biggest thing is to have guys with good current ability, their current attributes that are similar or very close to your first team, more experienced players. So yeah, this time in the season, we're close to 100k in the balance. And I don't know if that's just changed in FM18, because I haven't done any other lower league saves this year, obviously, in the English leagues. So I don't know, yeah, how other teams would be situated. I just know in previous years, I'm normally in the red about this time. So yeah, let me know if that's all right for this time in the season for FM18, at least, judging off my previous experience. It's very good to be like, normally I'm trying to get my just head above the water. I'll be so glad if I was like 5k overall balance, but we're almost at 100k. So I don't know if it's just Gainsborough, and considering they were a team expected to get relegated, so not known as one of the, you can't call them rich, but with more money in the league. Media prediction 21st. So yeah, I think all is looking good. Those youth guys, I think they're going to be okay. I think they can be okay players, but still the fact I don't think they're going to reach their potential. So yeah, I may do some scouring for some regions that's come through, because it's important. As soon as you get yours in, scout for other guys in England, go in the search, all that kind of stuff. I guess next episode I'll show you if I find anyone. If not, yeah, we'll just get into the next games. We're getting like towards the end of the season now. I think, yeah, if we might play in the next episode like a final game, maybe potentially, just seeing how things look, how much I play off camera. But you can see we're destined to be in a playoff position, so I think I should go through and do that. You can't see us winning the league and getting automatic promotion. And yeah, if I say that, it's fair that you can't see us dropping below 7th because of the points from us and Chorley. So yeah, I will leave it there, guys. Make sure you do leave a thumbs up on the video. Again, share it on Football Manager groups, websites, forums, all that good stuff. I'd really appreciate that. Shout out to you guys who share my content, support it, and I'll see you guys next time.